But what if somebody approaches you with a spec contained script? What would you be looking for?
When you're working at the budget levels that I work at, you have to work with actors that for the most part don't have a lot of screen time. They haven't been on the screen very often. And the thing about this is that when you get a script and you're being pitched a script, if you've got an ensemble cast of characters, that's going to also add a tremendous amount of expense, number one. A lot of dialogue, that just gives you more opportunity to hang yourself, really. And I know that screenwriters like to write dialogue because it's like, why? But the action for me, you know, and if I were to send you a screenplay, you'd be like, where's the dialogue? I mean, 90% of my stuff is like people looking at each other and walking around and not saying anything. And I've learned to write that way because, you know, a dialogue scene can take a long time to do. On a pitch level, I think if you're writing on spec and you're wanting your stuff to get picked up and purchased or optioned or whatever, you know, try to think about making it is diet conscious as possible. You know, lean on locations, lean on cast, lean on dialogue. Those three things right there, in my perspective, give us a lot to work with, and it makes things interesting because I can do a lot with very little, but it's hard for me to do anything with a lot.
Yeah. I would say I'd agree with you. I would save the long dialogues for stage plays. I mean, screenplays, you really shouldn't be running with super long blocks of dialogue anyway. You know, if it's a Hollywood star, it's an A-lister, and they're trying to get their money's worth out of them, they might give them the page of dialogue. But in the indie market, that's not where we should be. And on top of the fact that you might be working with actors that might struggle with and have to need several takes, and that every take costs money. He's absolutely right. But the other thing I like to talk to my students about is there is a particular strength you can have in silence. So not everything has to be said, right? I mean, this is a visual medium, and I can tell you that that you've mastered it just watching like the cinematography and the way that you dial in and stuff. Like, it's just absolutely beautiful. And there can be strength in a character so that you don't have to have a character saying how they're feeling. You can get the actor into the moment. They can feel that moment. You can hang on them in that scene, and that can speak a million words. And so you could definitely take advantage of that in the indie film setting.